I did some stretching, and I, you know what was my dinner? You wouldn't believe it.
Well, it couldn't have been grass.
A Subway.
Oh my goodness!
A
See, maybe that's what it. Maybe that's what did it for you. Go ahead.
A vegetarian Subway.
That's a big deal for you.
Yeah. So what I do, I on my way up, I buy 2 Subways. One is my lunch on my way up, right? So I drive and eat. I'm not going that fast, so I drive and I have my lunch. And when I get to the hotel, I do all my stuff. My stretching, I take a shower and everything else. And then I sit and I do some schoolwork. And I have my Subway. And when I finish, I look at some television a little bit and I, off to bed. And then, so that's Saturday. So Sunday I woke up, had to go pick up my credentials. Well, this is the national meet for the country, national indoor meet.
Okay.
So I wanted to pick up my credentials. By the way, I lost my credentials. I don't know what the hell I did with it. Anyway, I picked it up, and I drove over to the hotel, picked up my credential, and I went over to the meet. And this meet was held at Reggie Lewis Center in Boston. And the big thing was there was an invitation masters race. Masters is for men 40 and over. And this was a big race. Actually, it's all over Facebook. Did you see I had over like 300 likes?
I haven't looked at anything, I'm telling you. I glanced at it a little bit when I
but this was interesting, and it was over 300 likes. I was kind of shocked. I'm like, man. So anyway, I ran the race. I broke my old world record, which was 4 minutes and 19 seconds. I ran 4 minutes and 13 seconds. I broke it like about 6-point-something seconds, which was pretty big. And then there was a picture on the United States track and field website with the time, the record time, and my name and everything. So they understand the significance. Even though, in my race, I was the oldest guy in my race, and I was the only one to break a world record at the meet. No one else did.
Congratulations, Anson.
So I'm just, lightly here sharing with you. But I gotta admit it to you. That was the hardest race I ran all year.
This was indoors. That's why it was so hard about.
Oh, cause first of all, I went out too fast, right? And I got tired for a short space of time in the race, and I had to get myself back together. And I was like, oh my God. And when I was finished, it took me about 5 minutes to recover. It was that hard. It was just hard. But, risk, reward, You don't take risks, you don't get no rewards.
So the Subway was the risk, or?
No, going out fast. Going out fast was the risk. But the reward was I broke the world record by 6 seconds. My own world record that I had just established on January the 11th.
Well, I wish I had a clap sound for you.
And that was my 4th world record for the year so far. I'm 4 for 5. I ran 5 races. In 4 to 5 races, I set 4 world records.
You're just a fast-moving machine, Ansel.
No,
well-oiled,
No, that's not what it is.
Prime condition.
Listen, there's a secret, and I tell people that. I do a smoothie, and the smoothie is part of the secret. The stuff that I have in there, I see people drinking all this kind of protein and all this kind of other stuff, right? And listen, if I'm 55 years of age and it's working, there's got to be something in it. It's no drugs, no illegal drugs, right? But it makes us. I went to the doctor on Thursday, a visit. So my blood pressure was 124/77. And I was 148 pounds. She was like, oh, man, you haven't been this weight and that blood pressure in a long, long time. What you been doing? I said, well, I got this new diet that I'm on. And I don't call it a diet, though.
Well, whatever you take in is your diet.
Yeah, but it has made a significant difference in, I guess, my weight too. I don't eat as much as I used to because after I have that smoothie, I'm hungry again maybe 4 hours later, but then I'm good. Maybe later on I might have some cereal with a banana. And that's it. I'm done for the day. Have my water, and that's it. So my weekend was, and then I had to drive back from Boston. Oh, I left there about 5:30. I didn't get home till 12 o'clock. It was snowing in Boston. When I left, it wasn't snowing real bad, but once you get to Connecticut, it was really bad. And they didn't plow the highways as yet. And you know, it just bothers me. While some stupid people, I call them stupid, speed on the highway, and there was a few people in a ditch. You know, there's a possibility that they may have been speeding, and they got a 4x4. The only thing, because I have 4x4, I'm like, This one guy on Audi, he was going like 60 miles per hour, and he almost spun out. I was like, why take that chance? So I was just going my 40 degrees, you know, I had my music on, you know, listening to some reggae music. Coming back down, I don't listen to motivational. Going up, I listen to motivational tapes all the way up, because I'm motivating myself for the next day. Coming back down is when I'm more relaxed now. I can listen to some calypso, listen to some reggae and stuff like that. So it was pretty good.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, Ansel. Congratulations yet again.
Yeah, all about my loan self, man. Just giving up there, you know, like it's the best. Really, it's so much fun. So what did you do for the weekend?
Well, certainly nothing that exciting.
So what's going on locally? I thought I was seeing your name up for the Maplewood Township Committee.
Well, believe me, it was something I considered.
So, but why didn't you just put your ring and put your name in the hat? But you know, before you go,
if I did that, I would have done it as an independent.
You know, there's sad news. You know, there's the story about the house that burned down on Warren Court. There was a fire at a house in South Orange on Warren Court. That's one of my wife's best friends.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was this. It's the article here. South Orange firefighter injured battling fire at Warren Court. So I mean, they were all out of the house. The family, they had gone somewhere, and they came back home, and you know, it's like the house is there, but
it's in flames.
That's kind of crazy, right? That's. I mean, I don't know, man. I wouldn't know what the hell to do. So 8 expressed interest in 2 spots in South Orange and on Maplewood Democratic Township ticket. Huh?
Yeah, I have the page here. I'm waiting on it. I have the page here. I'm waiting on it to load.
Yes.
Yeah, so Kathy Leventhal and somebody else stepped down.
8 Maplewood residents, one of whom is already serving on the Township Committee, have submitted letters of interest to be considered for endorsement by the Maplewood Democratic Committee in the June primary election for 2 seats in the Township Committee. Those who submitted are Frank McGee, Karen Piscata, Greg Limbrich, Tony Carlson, Nancy Adams, Kurt Kiley, M.D. Margulis, and Jerry Ryan. Ryan currently serves on the Township Committee with his term set to expire this year. Carlson is the chair of the Maplewood Planning Board. Adams serves on the Planning Board. Kiley has run for election to the Township Committee previously, but unsuccessfully. The endorsement of the Maplewood Democratic Committee has become de facto announcement of the election winners in recent years. No Republican has been elected to the Maplewood Township Committee since 1991. In fact,
no independent either?
Yeah. In fact, the last Republican to serve left office in 1994. It's an interesting turn of events, as Maplewood leadership was solidly Republican for decades before the early 1990s. Fred Profeta, former Mayor Fred Profeta, revealed the names on the Maplewood Online prior to the Saturday, February 20th midnight deadline for submitting letters of interest in the Maplewood Democratic Committee. Maplewood Democratic Committee Chair Ian Grudman confirmed the names, but said he was waiting for the deadline to pass before making an announcement in case of withdrawals. March 30, 2015 is the filing deadline for Democratic and Republican candidates wanted to run in the June 2nd, 2015 primary elections. Candidate must file with the New Jersey Division of Elections. Gradman put out a call for names earlier in the month when Deputy Mayor Kathy Leventhal announced that she will not seek a fifth term.
So it's not too late, apparently.
No, it's not too late. No, you can still.
Oh, yeah.
You can
Well,
still.
you know, I'll tell you that discussion in private. Why don't you run for something, Ansel?
I don't want to run for that.
You
Those
run.
things-
You run every weekend. Why don't you run for something else?
Would it be correct if I say it's sanctimonious? Would I be correct to say that?
I don't know, because what are you trying to say?
Those positions are basically sanctimonious.
Meaning?
They don't really. Those guys, they have impact, but sometimes they don't have significant impact on the things I want to make a difference in. You know, they impact those. You know, I mean, basketball hoops. You know, being in the.
We're giving maybe not giving them enough credit for what they do. I mean, certainly their meetings aren't as exciting as Board of Ed meetings.
Oh, it's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of work because you're running a township committee. It's a lot of hard work. But to me, if you're a developer, you're cool. They get all the benefits. What benefits do we really get? What benefits do you think we get from the township committee?
Well, I guess you have to look at what's going good with the government here.
Yeah, right. So what benefits do we actually get?
The town's clean?
Do we get lower taxes?
No, I don't think that's going to happen.
All right. I mean, the town is clean. You got to clean the streets. That's
They're
a
dirty
must.
towns. They're
Huh?
dirty towns out there.
Well.
Ordinances are made and kept.
Livingston, West Orange, South Orange, Maplewood, Melbourne, Springfield, Summit, all those suburban areas, they're going to do what they have to do. Because it's fortunate and unfortunate. Living in those towns are more educated people, so to speak. So they know if they don't do certain things, right, they're going to hear it. So they do it naturally, right? You don't have to tell them that, listen, you got to plow the streets when snow comes. You have to tell them that. You got to put down salt. You don't have to tell them that.
No, but, I mean, things could get worse. I mean, it's hard to foresee, but things could get worse. I mean, I don't know how they could get worse, but they could.
I don't foresee things getting worse at all. As far as in these communities, with the type of people we have living in these communities. You know, I mean, look, if you go to Newark, it's a little different story now. If you go to Irvington, it's a little different story.
Okay, well,
You go to East
here
Orange.
they just announced the pilot, the payment in lieu of taxes issue.
That's South Orange.
No, that's here. The housing and the developments and, you know, only allowing X amount of low-income housing. So those are things that the township committee does.
Who benefits from that?
Oh, well, I mean, I don't. But
That's what I'm saying.
I guess that was the original question.
Yeah, who
but
would benefit? Who would
I'm just
beneficiaries?
trying to think of what they do.
No, but who would? I'm just trying for you to tell me some things that you benefit from their work. Some benefits.
I mean, I can't, you know, personally.
It's sanctimonious. It's sanctimonious. It's like, you know, you go to church every Sunday. You know the priest is going to pray. You know the priest is going to read certain passages. You know, if you're Catholic, you know you're going to get communion. You know, so they have to do certain things. So they just do it, but they don't do anything revolutionary. They don't do anything that really improve your life as far as living in this community, right? They get the developers to come in, and they give them an arm and a leg. They are getting benefits. The developers are getting benefits. We ain't getting. As a matter of fact, when the developers come in and build, right, it's coming harder on us, right? Because what happened is that if those individuals don't have kids, it puts a strain on the school system. That means to say there's a great possibility the Board of Education going to ask for more money, and they're going to have to raise our taxes. We don't get no benefits. They wham it to us. Yeah, wham. They give they give the developers. And listen, South Orange and Mayport is becoming a developer's town. Oh, there was another place. I just read something.